So in this experiment, I'm making calls out to Apple's map framework, MapKit, from inside ARKit using something called the snapshotter and sending it over a location like Paris or London. It's then doing a lookup of that location and then returning me an image of that location at a default altitude. And then I'm taking that image and placing it a meter in front of where I made that call to MapKit. The interesting thing is you can also use different types of maps. So you can have got the plain types of maps, or the satellite maps, or the satellite maps with overlays, just like you can in Apple Maps. And then the other interesting thing is, because I know the latitude longitude of the center of the map, I can make a call to get that from MapKit, and I know the width of the map and the corresponding distance that equates to, then I can actually plot anything with a latitude and longitude onto these 2D spaces, which makes things interesting when I make a call out to something like PhotoKit, another framework on my Apple device, and say, get me all the images from within this latitude and longitude range, or within Rome or Paris or Lisbon or places I've been. And then each of those images have got the latitude longitude encoded in the EXIF data. I can then plot them onto the map, or obviously it's augmented reality, so I have them floating nicely above those. So I can plot those photos onto the map, so on the corresponding locations that they were taken on them cities. I don't know why someone's not tried to do this before, have a massive map and then overlay where images were taken on it. So that's going to be my next experiment. That's going to be really interesting to do. The other thing I found is MapKit is super useful to use. A lot of mapping frameworks, you have to have an API key like Google Maps, and you have to send that across, do some authentication. With this, all you have to do is make a call to MapKit, instantiate something called a snapshotter, send it over a location, and then it does all the hard work for you, returns the image, and once I've got that image, I can just place it in the augmented reality scene. Really, really simple, but really, really cool. The other thing I'd like to be able to do is kind of like scale the images. Maybe have a button next to each of the images that you can click and it'll swap between the map types, or zoom in or zoom out, or be able to pinch it and make them bigger or smaller, or move them around the 3D space. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I think geographic information goes very well hand in hand with augmented reality. The other thing I'd like to know is combine these images, if you have them horizontally, with global elevation data, which is readily available at the different latitude and longitudes, and then you can kind of use those images as like materials on top. You could kind of create a 3D mesh based of vertices based on the latitude, longitude, and the height data, and then have those as the material for those on top of it. So then you'd be able to have like the topographical relief of those locations as well. So that'd be kind of neat to do, but that's a bit more advanced. Cool. Yeah, so that is using MapKit from inside ARKit, and next I will be making a call out to PhotoKit to see if I can place the images or the photos I've taken at those locations on the appropriate places on the map. That'll be a cool experiment. Right, so as usual, if you like this experiment and you want to see the code, which I will be sharing at some point and walking through, follow me on YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and you'll see more experiments on augmented reality, ARKit, generative AI, machine learning, anything that's really, really interesting and innovative. I'll have an experiment and play around with it. So take care. See you later.